in the so-called oil war, hopes the case will set a legal precedent.
In future, companies will be mindful of what they do.
London Oil refutes the allegations as false. That's the documentary After the World News.
With the BBC News, I'm Roisin Hasty. Human Rights Watch says Israel's forced displacement of Palestinians in Gaza has been so widespread and systematic that it amounts to a war crime and crime against humanity. About 90% of Gaza's population has been displaced. Israel has previously rejected such accusations. There's some unease in Republican ranks after Donald Trump nominated the controversial Congressman Matt Gaetz as his Attorney General. One senator said she didn't think it was a serious nomination, but Trump supporters welcomed the choice. Mr. Gaetz has been under investigation for sexual misconduct and drug use, which he denies. The main island of the Philippines is under the highest level of weather alert as Super Typhoon Usagi makes landfall. It's the fifth intense storm to pass over the archipelago in just 3 weeks. The largest coral ever recorded has been found by scientists in the southwest Pacific Ocean. The healthy mega coral, measuring more than 30 metres across, was initially mistaken for a shipwreck due to its vast size. The World Bank has warned that a sea level rise of just half a metre would have devastating consequences for Pacific atoll nations. This change would happen over the coming decades. Researchers say there's been a steep worldwide rise in the number of diabetes cases since 1990. The share of adults with the condition has doubled from 7 to 14%. The head of the UN's nuclear watchdog, Rafael Grossi, has held what he's described as an indispensable meeting with the Iranian foreign minister in his latest visit to discuss Iran's nuclear program. The minister said Iran could resolve its disputes with the IAEA through negotiation, but not under pressure. Sri Lankans have been voting in a parliamentary election as the new president seeks to consolidate his power. Anura Kumara Dissanayake hopes to gain a majority to push forward his agenda. BBC News.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Ready to turn it up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Starr Radio UK Thursday edition of the morning show. Today is the 14th day of November 2024, with the time now is exactly 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Of course, as I just say, it is a Thursday edition of the morning show, and let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Francis, good morning to you. To Mr. Olayomi, Koiki, my colleague and co-presenter. To Ohirba said, nice to hear from you. And then let me say good morning also to Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Bishop Adeshina, good morning. Anthony Adedeji Aziz, good morning. To Shamsuddin, good morning to you. And then Olakunle Matsu, good morning. And all you wonderful people who tune in. Yes, tune in each day. I don't mix any names or mess up anything of the sort. Let me say good morning also to Koiki. Koiki, I hope you are doing very, very well. And the chief of Ashaman, regards to you and to all listeners and our wonderful people in Ashaman, Accra, Ghana as well. I salute each and every one of you. So once again, do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. But we are program outline. I'm going to bring the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow through, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then after which we'll be bringing you, or supposed to be taking you, I'll bring you details of the story that is making the rounds. We'll show keeping fingers and everything crossed, have Miss Olayomi Koiki joining in. Then after which we continue to look at all the other stories, the details of them in other parts of the world as well. At the 11:45, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussion. At 12 o'clock, we bring the program to an end. However, well, if discussions and things take over and your comments and calls are coming through, I don't mind extending it at all. That is what I'm here to do. I am your one and only. If you don't know, now you know.
This is the morning show with Archie.
So once again, welcome. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. Ben, good morning to you. Delta and all the Hammonds in Ghana, good morning to you. Yes, Mr. Frank Davis, good morning. All presenters on Starr Radio UK, I salute you all. Welcome to the program. The quote for the day says, the secret to building sound relationship is not found in getting people to treat you in certain way, but looking objectively at the way they tend to treat you and learning from your findings. That's quite a handful there. And I hope that you took a leap from that. Okay, Ecos Family TV, hey, good morning to you all. I hope you are all doing good. Thank you very much for joining in as well. All right then. Now let's crack on. Now when it comes to the weather front, which I'll be able to give you a summary of it quickly, so that we can move on and wait if we can have Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Once he's back at the good place, he'll be joining in. Now it's going to be cloudy with clear cloudiness, or it's going to be sunny this afternoon here in London. It will be dry during the afternoon. Now this evening will start mainly clear, but overnight some patchy cloud, low cloud, mist and fog may develop. A cool night with light winds as well. Top temperature 13 degrees and the lowest 2 degrees cooler than it's been of late. And then sunrise is going to be at 6, sunset is going to be at 6:12, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:18 hours. Yes, GMT. That's there for you. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Juliet Makifela, good morning to you. Hope you are doing very, very well there as well. Now, when it comes to the travel this morning as well, on the underground here in London, the Central Line is experiencing minor delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. DL are London Tramlink and London Overground, good service there. And on the major roads in London, there are no exceptional delays. That is the A roads. On the river bus as well, good service being, yes. The London cable car is also offering good service, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update. And that is the National Rail. What have I got news for you? Yes. Cross Country, Great Western Railway, Hull Trains, Island Line, London North Eastern Railway, and Northern Rail are all offering special service. So please check before you leave so that you don't miss any of your appointments there. But on that note, let me say it this way: good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today, but you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a quick commercial break. We come back and we take you global trotting. Stay tuned. Don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and we now go global trotting. Okay, so what are some of the stories making the rounds when it comes to Nigeria? If we are fortunate to have Yomi joining in, as I did say earlier on, he'll be bringing us all the details that we need to know. But for the moment, these are some of the stories that is trending in Nigeria this morning. Stay tuned and let me bring that your way. NNPC signs 10-year gas sale purchase deal with Dangote Refinery and no chance for Atiku in PDP in 2027. Now, NNPC announces significant changes in executive leadership. Okay, that'll be quite an interesting one. And U.S. plans to join Nigerian in examining crashed helicopters wreckage. Well, what happened there? And Nigeria needs $10 billion investment for 24-hour electricity. They need $10 billion investment. Wow. Okay. We'll be looking into details of that as well. I want to ask you, if you are listening to us from Nigeria, do you think that will work out? Because, like I said, there's a whole industry that is seeing, that is with the generators who are selling plants. I passed my neighbor, as we commonly call them. And that industry, the moment we have 24-hour electricity supply, I bet you that industry is going to collapse. And people who are in that industry, who import and are dealing in that, will be actually doing everything in their power to actually throw the spanner in the web of the electricity company there. But let's see what is going to happen there from that front. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Now, moving on to some other stories making the rounds. As we did say yesterday, we're arranging to see if we can get Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister in exile, okay, of the Biafra. Yes, we will be getting him before the 2nd of December, where they are going to make their proclamation or announcement or declaration, whichever terminology that we want to use there, and we'll be telling you more about all that. So don't you go away. Protesters demand rich countries pay fair share in climate finance amid COP29 negotiations. And I've been saying this, that they can protect, they can do all those things. But listen, if we don't use as the chairman of the COP29, Azerbaijan's president has said, the gift that God has given us, and we are going to say that, look, let us all stop it. Let us just, I don't know what is going to happen to us. Because do you think the developed countries will give you enough money so that it will stop all your worries, so that you don't depend on them? Do you think so? Are you for real? Well, you don't know. Let me tell you more about that. Zimbabwe's climate smart agriculture empowering farmers, through the drought that they are having. So if there is any other way that we can generate or promote our agriculture or cause it to advance, why not? Somaliland is counting votes after pivotal election. It is the 4th presidential poll since the region broke away from Somalia 3 decades ago. The exercise was dominated by a deal granting. I will be telling you more about that, so don't you go away. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In Ghana, Bawumia must pull down his fraudulent free SHS advert. Dr. Apak is saying, well, you know what? They call when it comes to campaigns or political campaigns and stuff like that, people churn out all sorts. But when we don't have the mindset where when somebody says something, you go to check it out, then we have a problem. I don't have any reason to support A or B. But when it came to the election or the campaign in the US, we had Donald Trump. Some people feeding him with some false information, saying that, you know what, in Springfield, the people they are eating the dogs, they are eating the cats, they are eating the pets of the people who live there. People took it as gospel and said that the people who came from the Haitians who are living in that particular place are eating their animals or their pets. But there was no substance in there, because later on we come out to find out that it was Russia that got some people to put in a false commercial like that, advert like that, and it's now just went viral, and everybody thought, oh yeah, that person, we saw it, but it wasn't. So you get it. So we need to do fact checks when the politicians are coming out to say all sorts. Confidence in judiciary has always been low, Nana Kumia is saying. Really? Okay. So he's saying that if the judiciary are not, people are thinking that judiciary are not doing whatever, they shouldn't worry themselves about it. Election 2024, reject Bawumia to end the current hardship, Mahama tells voters. Well, it's all getting to the crescendo. Yes? Okay. Let's see how it's all right into that place. The president is the government. Everyone else is just an advisor. Kufuor asserts. The president is the government. Everyone is just an advisor. So if the president is not doing what he's supposed to do, what do you think is happening there? You want to know more? Stay tuned and don't you go away. Mahama blames the MPP for collapse of PBC. We'll be telling you more about all that. Lights on, lights off. Institute for Energy Security Board debates NDC and MPP track records. Who has been involved in lots of light off and light on? Bawumia is the best man Ghana needs at this moment in our history. True or false? Says Kufuor. Okay, the former president. Well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Dampare arbitrarily transferred some police officers for attending blah blah blah. You want to know more? Stay tuned. And nationwide distribution of ballot papers has begun, says the EC. And Kwejo Mpiani has kicked against the judicial intervention in parliament procedures. Now, I am more than committed to the peace of this nation, Alban Gbagben has also said there. That is the Speaker of Parliament. But this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. As I just said, we are fortunate to have Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining in. Then we'll be bringing you the updates. If not, that means, okay, just bear with me. I've got a call.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 10 minutes past 11. My apologies for that. It was an emergency call that I needed to pick. But wherever you are, once again, welcome to the Starr Radio UK Thursday edition of the morning show. Now, when it comes to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well, Trump's party wins total control of Congress as controversial Gates appointment causes shock. Well, we'll tell you more about that. And Trump has full control of government, but he won't always get it his way because we know that when it comes to the House of Representatives and all those people there, they don't just kowtow to anything. Yeah, especially now that the elections have taken place and everything, and they know that they have to seek the interests of their people. They are going to be scrutinizing things properly. But let's see what happens. Especially when it's not just a majority, but at times you need to get a percentage. I don't know how that's going to be working. All right then. A New Zealand MP disrupt parliament with hacker protests. And then France mounts security operation for Israel match after Amsterdam violence. And Valencia floods. Spain clings to fragments of hope in time of disaster. And then in other stories, one death after attack on Brazil's Supreme Court. Wow. Lots more going to be coming your way from there. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Israeli construction along buffer zone with Syria violates ceasefire. UN is also saying there. And families reunite with bodies of missing British soldiers 70 years on. Oh boy. And the prosecutor is seeking jail and election ban for Le Pen in France. There are some of the stories making the rounds there. I'm going to be telling you more about all that. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In the UK front, Reeves to announce biggest pension shake-up in the case. The Chancellor wants to merge the UK's pension funds, but critics worry about the impact on savers. And then charity wants testing of men at high risk of prostate cancer. Charity wants testing of men at high risk of prostate cancer. So how do you know that you are at high risk? Now we'll be telling you more about that once we come your way with the details of it. And the working birthday for King Charles at 76. And 1 in 3 T-level students drop out of health course. Why? Is it too difficult? Or they look at the whole thing and think, nah, I can't go on that path. I'm offered sex as a favor because I am disabled. Oh wow. Oh wow. So at times when I see people, let's say those who are disabled, and I see them with people, I ask myself the question, are they really in love with them, or are they just doing one of those things? Like, okay, we are just doing you a favor. Or is it real love? There have been times where there have been real love. But how will we picture this? But this one, a lot more going to be coming your way. Wherever you are, don't you go away. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactly 14 minutes past the top of the hour. So now, let's now bring you the details of some of the stories making the rounds this morning from Nigeria. Okay, so kicking off from here, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Gas Marketing Limited, NGML, a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, has executed a gas sale and purchase agreement with Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals FZE. The agreement signed by Justin Ezela, the managing director NGML, and the president CEO of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, outlines the supply of natural gas for power generation and feedstock at the Dangote refinery in Ebeju, Lekki, in Lagos State. Now, this major milestone is in line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's policy of utilizing Nigeria's abundant gas resources towards revamping the nation's industrial growth and kickstarting its economic prosperity. Olufemi Shoneye, the Chief Corporate Communications Officer, said in a statement issued on Wednesday. Now, this development, according to him, can be described as unprecedented in the history of the NGML or any gas local distribution company in the country. He explained that under the terms of the agreement, the NGML will supply 100 million standard cubic feet per day, being firm supply, and the rest interruptibly natural gas supply to the refinery for an initial period of 10 years, with options for renewal and growth. Now, this collaboration is a significant step towards ensuring the operational success of the Dangote refinery and enhancing Nigeria's domestic gas utilization. The NNPC Limited, through NGML, its gas marketing subsidiary, continues to lead efforts in promoting the use of domestic gas to support industries and businesses nationwide. And let me say good morning to Shemiyu Adeyemi. He said, good morning to everyone on Starr Radio UK. Shemiyu, I hope you are doing very, very well. Thank you very much for joining in. As we're saying, we're just keeping fingers crossed. If you are fortunate, if Yomi lands at a good place, then he will be able to join in, because he's on the move this morning. When he's on the move like that, at times the reception is poor, and that's why he's not been able to get in touch with us. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Now, the question is, the NNPC is saying that it has announced a major reshuffling of its executive team, as outlined in recent statements issued by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Shoneye. Now, the question is it because of that they are now going to pact and agreements and other stuff with private entities and trying to do something, because the president had issued instructions that when it came to crude oil, they should allow the local refineries to buy the crude oil in naira, so that will help to the shortfall in the dollars that we have to use to import finished petroleum products into the country. Now, the statement titled Leadership Appointment at the NNPC Limited emphasizes the company's dedication to improving corporate governance, operational effectiveness, and achieving long-term success within Nigeria's energy landscape. The board noted that this leadership restructuring is essential for reinforcing governance, leadership, quality, and operational efficiency in the Nigerian energy sector. Among the key appointments, Mr. Adedapo A. Shogun has been elevated to the role of Chief Financial Officer, also having previously served as Executive Vice President of the downstream operations. The board acknowledged his significant contribution to downstream activities and highlighted the leadership abilities he brings to this crucial position. Mr. Ishaku Abdullahi has now taken on the role of Executive Vice President downstream, while Mr. Dubon Intia has been appointed as Executive Vice President, that's upstream. The board emphasized that these changes are in line with the NNPCL goal of fostering a unified and capable leadership team focused on promoting operational excellence and achieving the organization's strategic objectives. The board also expressed gratitude to the outgoing leaders, Mr. Omar Ajia and Mercedes Oritzimeyiwa Eyishan for their remarkable dedication and service to the company, noting that the valuable impact they have made during their tenure. So a good one there. But now let me bring you to one other story that is coming from Nigeria itself. Now, the federal government has said it plans to engage the public-private partnership to raise a portion of the $10 billion required to ensure 24-hour electricity supply across the country within the next 10 years. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, disclosed this when the Director General, Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, Dr. Jobson Ewalefo, paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja. Now, Adelabu welcomed the ICRC's initiative, acknowledging the government cannot single-handedly fund the $10 billion needed for 24-hour power supply, especially with other sectors also requiring significant investment. He noted that the importance of maintaining the government ownership while using private capital, adding that the concessions are the ideal approach to achieve this balance. Achieving 24-hour power supply within 10 years required a funding commitment of around $10 billion, which the government alone cannot provide, said Adelabo. Now, this is why we must partner with the private sector through the PPPs, while retaining government's interest. The meeting centered on addressing the significant financial and technical needs of Nigeria's power sector through public-private partnership. Now, both leaders noted that the importance of leveraging private sector expertise and funding to boost power infrastructure with a shared goal of achieving regular electricity supply nationwide. Now, Walafo stressed the role of PPPs in addressing the power sector's challenges, noting that while funding is essential, the issues are complex and multifaceted. Now, this is a country that's got crude oil. This is a country that's got gas flaring, gas just going just like that. Now we know they're going to be churning some to the Dangote refinery. We know there is the West Africa gas pipeline that flows through to Ghana as well. A few of those things going on there. So why haven't we been able to use that for our own communities? And I said the Nepa issue has not been something that we saw. It was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I remember when I was a student, a secondary year student in the 80s, when we went on a visit to Nigeria, and I saw that. So what do you think about all that? This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, let's move on to a couple of other stories, and then we can bring this update to close from Nigeria. Unfortunately, I think Yomi is not in a place to be able to bring us the updates that we need now. Okay? Okay. The Nigerian Customs Service has overshot its 2024 revenue target of 5.07 trillion by hitting 5.08 trillion with naira, of course, with anticipation of surpassing the goal by an additional 10% before the end of the fiscal year. Its enforcement arm equally reported significant accomplishment in protecting the citizenry and economy, with seizures valued at 28.1 billion naira in 10 months. Now, compromising the illicit trade in arms, narcotics, pharmaceuticals, and wildlife items. Now, the disclosures were made yesterday at the 2024 Comptroller General Customs Conference in Abuja, with the theme Nigeria's Customs and Service Engaging Traditional and New Partners with Purpose. Now, President Bola Tinubu, in his opening address, applauded the service of its remarkable progress in aligning with the current administration's economic transformation agenda, especially through revenue generation, trade facilitation, and modernization initiatives. Represented by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, he highlighted the government's efforts to boost Nigeria's global trade. The president noting a surge in foreign direct investment exceeding $30 billion over the past year. The president attributed this success partly to the NCS's modernization, which includes implementing the advanced ruling systems and the authorized economic operation program. Atinubu said the reforms were not only enhancing the country's ease of doing business, but also creating a more predictable environment for both locals and international businesses. He noted that the NCS's achievement have made Nigeria more trade-friendly nation, particularly in export promotion and port efficiency. Now, have you been to any of the ports of late in Nigeria, and how was your experience? They can sit there, they can use all the grammar in whatever thing that they want to use or try to describe and paint everything rosy and lovely. However, you are the one who can tell us your experience when you last went to the Nigerian ports to maybe clear your goods, or how did it all pan out for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The final story from Nigeria, and then we'll move on to other parts of the world, Africa as well. Now, Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, has stated that Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President, has no chance running for president under the platform of the People's Democratic Party in 2027 general election. Now, the former Rivers State Governor, who spoke during a live media parley on Wednesday evening in Abuja, argued that Atiku had severally presented his blueprint to Nigeria and he had been serially rejected. Atiku, who was the PDP presidential candidate in 2023, recently said if he had won the election, he would have done things differently from President Bola Tinubu, and Nigerians would not have been faced with the current level of hardship. But Wike said his blueprint had been rejected by Nigerians. Did he, Atiku, not present his that's the blueprint before Nigerians? Did Nigerians choose him? Wike inquired. He is lobbying for another chance. The chance will not be there in which party? How can we use one man for how many years? Look at America. I am sure you all did not support Trump, saying he is this, he is a racist, he is that. We are crying. Americans are thinking about something else, thinking for the good of their own country. Make a decision. Now, you presented your blueprint in 2023. Nigerians heard you clear and said thank you, but it will not work. We will not support you. Criticisms do not mean opposition is working. So, is it because he is part of the ruling government now? That's why he's coming out on the defensive that way. So that he needs that the ruling government needs somebody who is from that particular party, that's the PDP, who has been shown favor by the APC to actually say that, well, the PDP's action or Atiku's action is something that is wrong. So what do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's move on to some other stories making the rounds at 11:28.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Okay, welcome back to the program. Now, election workers in Somaliland are counting ballots after Wednesday's presidential election. The exercise is the fourth since the region broke away from Somalia 3 decades ago. The election commission said voting day had passed without incident. Incumbent Moshe Bihi is seeking a second term. He was challenged by opposition leader Abdirahman Mohammed Abdullahi of the Wadani Party and Faisal Ali Warabi of the smaller USID party. Now, preliminary results are not expected until tomorrow, late tomorrow, with final tallies expected in a week's time. The election was dominated by a deal granting Ethiopia access to 20 kilometers of the Gulf of Aden, a coastline, in exchange for recognition. Somalia has called the agreement a violation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Mogadishu has since sought the assistance of Egypt and Eritrea to counter Addis Ababa. Despite living autonomously for 30 years, no single country recognizes Somaliland's independence. Its leaders are hoping that this election brings the region closer to international recognition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let me bring you. Okay. A couple of stories, the interesting ones. Now, Charles Electoral Body has made public a provisional list of candidates for the upcoming combined legislative and local polls, disqualifying at least 6 ruling party officials. That's a big one there, you know. Now, this includes the Patriotic Salvation Movement Secretary General Mamet Zen Bada. The National Election Management Agency says he failed to disclose a 2012 conviction for forgery and the misappropriation of public funds. Although Zembada subsequently received a presidential pardon, and under Chadian law, a conviction by pardon is not removed from a person's criminal record. The MPS is the party of former Chadian President Idris Deby, and now the main supporter of his son and incumbent President Mamet Idris Deby. Of the other officials disqualified, some have been sentenced to prison in the past, with 4 of them reportedly convicted for embezzlement of public funds. The MPS says it is currently investigating and will stand by any unsuccessful candidate should they appeal the decision. This may be logged with the Constitutional Council within 5 days. In total, the Electoral Agency rejected 46 of the 1,321 from 179 political parties or coalitions who applied to run in the legislative polls. Of the 1,260 candidates from 134 parties applying to stand in local elections, 103 were refused validation. The legislative polls, the first since 2011, are due to take place on the 29th of December. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's move on. In Senegal, the Sunday Senegalese Senegalese voters head to the polls to elect a new National Assembly, a pivotal moment following the dissolution of the previous parliament by the new president Bassirou Diomaye in September. As the stakes rise for Ousmane Sonko's Pasteur Party, tensions have escalated with the incidents of violence and accusations dominating the pre-election period. The Prime Minister Sonko urged his supporters to avenge alleged attacks attributed to the supporters of his rival Barthélémy Diaz, mayor of Dakar. The opposition condemned his statement as an incitement for murder. Starr Radio UK. Now we move on straight to Ghana as well, where we look at some of the stories that is trending there. The vice chairman of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign team, Nana Akufo-Addo, has expressed a concern over the low level of confidence in Ghana's judicial system, attributing it to the perception of delays in justice delivery. In an interview He said, Akumia stated that the public trust in the judiciary remains low due to perceived lack of timely justice. The confidence in the judiciary has always been low because people don't just see justice is available to them, Akumia has said there. He pointed to various research findings, including the recent Mo Ibrahim report and Anna's investigation on the judiciary, which have consequently highlighted a decline in public trust in the judiciary over the past decade. The Supreme Court on Tuesday, November 12, overturned the Speakers of Parliament Agbang Gbagben's 4-seat vacant rule, saying it's unconditional or unconstitutional. Now, Speaker Gbagben on October 18, 2024 declared 4 seats vacant for breaching Article 97 of the 1992 Constitution. His ruling fueled a national debate on the interpretation of Article 97, most specifically Clause G and H. Now, the majority leader, Afenyo Makin, took the issue to the Apex Court seeking interpretation. The Supreme Court finally, on November 7, passed a judgment with a 5-2 majority against Speaker Gbagben's rule, implying reinstating the 4 MPs as representatives of their constituents. Now, Komiak's comment underscores the ongoing challenges of facing the Ghanaian judiciary in maintaining public confidence. So, if you are listening to us, what do you think the Ghanaian judiciary can do about this? But this all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Well, the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of the Trade Union Congress, Ghana, has announced a possible strike, citing frustration over the prolonged delay in the finalizing and implementing the condition of service agreement for members within the Ghana Education Service, Ghana Library Authority, Museums and Monuments Board, Public Technical Universities and Public Universities. According to Tewu, negotiations for these service conditions have spanned several years without resolution. The union in a statement expressed their disappointment over government agencies' inability to conclude the process despite years of review negotiations. It has also stated that many of its members had anticipated a conclusion by now, yet have faced ongoing delays and bureaucratic setbacks for the past 4 years. As the new academic year progresses, Tewu highlighted that its members, particularly those involved in admission processes for first-year students, are operating under increasingly uncertain service conditions. In view of that, the union warned that its members' patience is wearing thin and declared that if the government does not act swiftly, an indefinite strike will commence on November 18. Atewo called on stakeholders to take urgent action to resolve these issues, hoping to avoid disruption in the education sector. The union emphasized the importance of a timely response from authorities to ensure stability within the educational institution across the country. But the question is, how is this going to be impacting the elections? How? Let me bring you a couple of stories, then we leave Ghana as well at 11:38. Now, retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Agozo has accused the Inspector General of Police Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare of exhibiting autocratic tendencies and engaging in heavy arbitrariness. In a recent interview, ACP Agozo said some officers have sadly become victims of Dr. Dampare, whom he also accused of being vindictive. Now, there is a code system in the police service where whoever he does not like is in trouble. On the other hand, those he likes can be promoted 100 times in a year. He can lift you from a junior to a senior position immediately, and he can promote you twice or 3 times in 1 year or 2 years. Now, that is the kind of system we have, he stated. Now, he alleged that the IGP, as a result of his vindictiveness, has gone as far as transferring some officers who attended a funeral with the current executive director of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, COP Mami Tiwa Dankwa, without records to the transfer board of the Ghana Police Service. Now, this is a system that if he doesn't like someone and you associate with the person, he will transfer you right away. That is who the IGP is. And I can give you names like AEC, AJ, and other people who went to a funeral with Madam Tiwa because they attended a funeral with Madam Tiwa. They have been transferred from the base to the remotest part of Ghana, he stated. ACP Agbozo was freed by a high court after standing trial on charges of being accomplice in a coup plot. Now, following the acquittal and discharge, ACP Agbozo has written a book titled From Prosecution to Freedom, Reflection on My Journey Through the Justice System in Ghana, detailing his custody and trial experiences. Well, I thought I would be somebody who would maybe sing the praises of the IGP. However, it seems that he is on the offensive. But what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio, okay? And it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, in regards to the judiciary, once again, former chief of staff under the SY John Ejekun Kufuor's government, Kwadwo Mpiani, has encouraged parliamentarians to adopt a culture of independently and internally resolving matters in the House. According to Mr. Mpiani, now a frequent resort to the judiciary in resolving matters related to the House could be disruptive to the work of Parliament. In a quote, he said, I don't personally believe that anybody should injunct Parliament, because if you do that, you will make the work of Parliament more difficult, because next time I will run to court to injunct Parliament on how it does its work. Now, Parliament should be able to resolve its issues itself. Now, if you return to Parliament and don't get a quorum for decision, what has been achieved? He questioned yesterday on a radio program. His comment comes on the back of the ruling of the Supreme Court on Tuesday, overturning the Speaker Albert Baldwin's declaration of 4 seats vacant in the House. The Supreme Court's verdict follows a suit filed by Alexander Afenyo-Markin challenging Speaker Baldwin's declaration. The court, led by Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, scored 5-2 majority decision. Per the same court ruling, the New Patriotic Party reclaimed its position as a majority in Parliament. The Speaker had declared their seat vacant. Meanwhile, Mr. Mpiani has urged the Speaker to respect the ruling by the Apex Court. He has also encouraged members of the Parliament to prioritize constructive discussions when resolving issues. So now, if they happen to call Parliament, and because of the campaign that is going on, the election that is supposed to take place is presidential and parliamentary elections taking place on the 7th of December. I tell you, the MPs are busy campaigning for their seats. Okay, so what is going to happen there when they come in? If the NPP parliamentarians decide to come to Parliament, what is going to happen is that they're not going to form a quorum, and therefore they cannot make any decisions there. So everything seems to be in limbo. So I think I seem to agree with him. This is a house that is has got good regulations, that they are able to regulate themselves. So why do you run to the courts? And now the court injuncts, and now the speaker decides, no, we're not going to be sitting. Or, well, okay, everybody go do whatever you want to do. And now it's again, oh boy, there are issues that needs to be seen to, and therefore you have to come so that we see to it. And they are not coming either. So what have you actually achieved by so doing? Are they going to go to the courts again to say, can you rule that parliamentarians should report to the House of Parliament? So that doesn't make Parliament independent, does it? That's quite an interesting one, isn't it? But ladies and gentlemen, this all coming away from Starr Radio UK at 60 minutes to the top of the hour, and it is the Thursday edition of the morning show. Let's take a quick break, and we come back. I take you to other parts of the world as well. So stay tuned and don't you go away. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, Jane Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. At a 11:45. All right then. Now, in other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, and let me say this way, the lines are open if you want to hop in to share your take on any of the issues that we've discussed so far. Feel free to do so. Call us on 02081332257 or Starr Radio UK 1, Starr Radio UK 1, and that is on Skype. All right. Okay. Now let's move on. Now, Donald Trump has made more key appointments as he prepares for his White House return in January. Now, Congressman Matt Gaetz is named as Attorney General, an announcement greeted with some shock in Washington. Now, Gaetz's appointment arrived like a tender clap in Washington, D.C., writes correspondent Anthony Zecker. Now, Marco Rubio will be his Secretary of State, while Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democrat, is chosen as a Director of National Intelligence. Meanwhile, the Republicans are projected to win the House of Representatives following last week's election, meaning Trump's party will run the White House and all of Congress. But Jonathan Talley, a law professor at George Washington University, says securing the confirmation of Matt Gaetz as Attorney General will be a monumental challenge for Trump. In an ex-post, Talley said if Trump wanted to defibrillate the Justice Department, the Matt Gaetz nomination is the 100,000 vote option. Now, he adds that the nomination may make other nominees appear less controversial by compromising or by comparison. My apologies there. But that it will also serve as a rallying point for a party left in disarray. Now, Trump does not trust the Department of Justice to reform itself. He adds, just a day after the announcement, this is shaping up as one of the most intense confirmation fights in congressional history, Talley said. Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. So what do you have in the appointment that Trump has made so far, and how do you see it all panning out there? It's going to be quite an interesting one, isn't it? Well, yesterday he was in at the White House to meet Joe Biden. It was a nice, why he said politics is tough. Well, is it because it was nasty to him during the debates and the campaigns and stuff like that? But I don't see him doing anything different. He's going to be getting on with it. Well, let's move on from there and look at some of the other stories making the rounds there in Brazil. A man who tried to attack Brazil's Supreme Court in the capital, Brasilia, on Wednesday evening is believed to have been killed by his own explosives. Now, police have named the man as Francisco Wandale Luiz, who stood unsuccessfully in council election for ex-president Jair Bolsonaro's Liberal Party. He was found dead outside the building shortly after two blasts rocked the area. Bystanders said they saw him throwing what appeared to be explosive before the detonation. Nobody else was hurt in the incident. Officials said the area has been locked down and a bomb disposal robot is being used to search the man's body. Now, police say they have identified a timer possibly linked to the other devices. Now, Brazil's Solicitor General George Messias denounced that what he said was a deliberate attack and vowed a full investigation into the blast. In the quote, he said, "I strongly condemn the attacks against the Supreme Court and the lower house," he said in the statement posted on X. "We must find out the motivation behind the attacks. We need to re-establish peace and safety as fast as possible." Still coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on gradually, and this time round in France. Okay. Now, France has mounted security operation for Israel's march after Amsterdam's violence. Thousands of police are being deployed in Paris to ensure security at Thursday's France-Israel Football International, a week after violence in Amsterdam, in which Maccabi Tel Aviv fans came under attack. Now, Paris Police Chief Laurent Nunez says 4,000 officers will be on patrol, 2,500 at the Stade de France in the northern Paris suburbs, and the rest on public transport and inside the capital. In addition, around 1,600 private security guards will be on duty at the stadium, and an elite anti-terrorist police unit will protect the visiting Israeli squad. It is a high-risk match because of an extremely tense geopolitical context, Mr. Nunez has said there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on. Well, New Zealand's parliament was brought to a temporary halt by MPs performing a haka amid anger over a controversial bill seeking to reinterpret the country's founding treaty with Maori people. The opposition party MP Hannah Rawiti Maipi Clark began the traditional ceremony group dance after being asked whether her party supported the bill, which faced its first vote on Thursday. At the same time, Hikoi, a peaceful protest march organized by a Maori rights group, is continuing to make its way towards the capital, Wellington. Now, thousands have already joined the 10-day march against the bill, which reached Auckland on Wednesday, having begun on the top of New Zealand's on Monday. The country is often considered a leader in indigenous rights, but opponents of the bill fear those same rights are being put at risk by this bill. The political party that introduced the bill argues that there is a need to legally define the principles of the 1840 Treaty of Waitangi, which has been fundamental to race relations in New Zealand. The core values of the treaty have over time been woven into New Zealand's laws in efforts to redress the wrong done to Maori during the colonization. But ACT, a minor party in the ruling centre-right coalition, says this has resulted in the country being divided by race, and the bill will allow treaty to be interpreted more fairly through parliament rather than the courts. Now, the party's leader, David Seymour, has dismissed opponents as wanting to stir up fear, and division. Now, critics, however, say the legislation would divide the country and lead to unraveling of much-needed support for many Maori. The first reading passed on Thursday after a 30 minutes break, backed by all parties from the ruling coalition. Maipi Clark was suspended from the House. It is unlikely to pass second reading as coalition partners have indicated they will not support it. But this has not placated those worried about the bill and its impact, with the Hikoi still making progress along its 1,000-kilometer, 621-mile route. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, virtually coming to the tail end of the program for today. Don't touch the dial, because God willing, tomorrow we're going to be coming your way with another smasher of a program. Now, in Spain, floods and torrential rain returned to the Valencia region on Wednesday night, but this time they were ready for it, and the areas hit 2 weeks ago escaped further disaster. Now, more than 220 people died in the eastern coastal area at the end of October, and the town of Paiporta was hit hardest with a loss of 60 lives. In the midst of despair, local population are understandably searching for beacons of hope. For example, the remarkable story of what happened at the Whitby English Language School. As the whole road became engulfed in water, the college co-director Daniel Bouquet repeatedly pounded against the door with a chair leg, and that he'd just picked up. Now, filmed from the third floor balcony across the street, Daniel is seen smashing constantly against the glass. He is trapped with his 11-year-old daughter, Noah, and 3 younger children inside the school, unable to reach a higher floor. Now, eventually, Daniel breaks down the door of the next building along, and one by one he pulls the children to safety. When I got through the door, I felt so relieved. Finally we were saved, Daniel tells us as he carries on repairs to the school. In the request for fragments of solace, it also perhaps understandable that when tales of bravery are found, they are celebrated unashamedly. Well done to Danny there. Yes, a local hero there as well. But this is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK here in the UK, and for a couple of stories, and then we go away. Let me bring you this one before I bring you. Okay, yeah. Let's take this one and I'll bring you one on the lighter note. Let me put it that way. Now, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is planning what she calls the biggest pension reform in decades in an attempt to boost economic growth. The government wants to merge the UK's 86 council pension schemes into a handful of pension mega funds. It is hoped that the changes will lead to billions of pounds being invested in the UK in areas such as energy infrastructure, tech startups, and public services. Now, Reeves told the BBC that the UK public sector pension funds in their current form were not big enough to generate good returns for British savers, but some argue that the changes are not without risks. So what do you think is going to happen there? Maybe tomorrow, God willing, we might have our money man to tell us more about the pension fund. Okay, there was one story that I was trying to pick, but it seemed to be okay. Let me get it. That is disabled people who go into relationship. How do they actually feel? Those who are going in with them, what do they actually want? Now, Holly, who was just 16 when someone asked her if she could have sex because she was disabled, she has been asked many other questions over the years, such as if she can have rough sex, or if it needs to be in a wheelchair. Now, people think they're doing you a favor, almost like a sacrifice. The worst thing is, I'm not surprised or offended anymore. Holly, now 26, has chronic pain and hypomobility syndrome, and is one of a number of disabled women who have spoken out challenge negative stereotypes and stigma when it comes to dating and relationship. Now, Holly Greda said it was important that happy relationships for those who were disabled were represented. Now, she started dating her now husband James when she was a teenager and has been with him for 9 years, getting married earlier this year. Now, often in the media, disabled people have miserable lives with just a sad story, she said. She added she has always felt supported by him but felt stereotyped by others. She added she had, in a quote she said, I was told by people when we first moved in together that if my health declines, he'd leave me. So for being a burden or too much to handle. Anthony Adedeji, good afternoon to yes, it's 12, so good afternoon to you. Now, she said there were assumptions people made about her in school, which some asked to her face. Okay, just bear with me because the way they punctuated the whole thing. Now, when it comes to wheelchair users, it's always without a doubt almost the first question, can the person have sex? She said boys in her class at school would ask personal and intrusive questions. I got asked things like, can you only have sex in the wheelchair? Will your joint dislocate? If I wanted to have rough sex with you, would I be able to? And Holly said people have also messaged her on social media about sex, an offer she was often made to feel she would be lucky for. So the question comes once again, that do they really love them, or are they doing them? Are they thinking that, okay, I'm doing you a favor? It's quite an interesting and very intrusive questions that have been asked this once. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. I promise you one thing for sure, that tomorrow, God willing, we should have our own Miss Olayomi Koiki putting everything together and our money man coming your way so that we can jointly bring you the morning show. But on that note, let me say thank you very much and God richly bless you, and thank you for joining me. We end the program this way with a tune from the Zongo Man, one that are falling in love of late. It says, be nice. What else can you do? So be nice to everybody and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.
Be nice to your brethren. Be nice to your sister. Be nice to everyone and make the world a better place. Say hello to everyone.
Thanks for listening.
To everyone smile. Don't smile in my face and stab me hard in the back. You are the bully, oppressor and a gangster. You're just a bombing, starving, shooting, killing, murdering innocent children.
Thanks for listening.
Disturbing the peace in the neighborhood. Why can't you be nice? Hey.